Hi, this is CAT 2024 DLR Solutions, Slot 1 Part 5 of 5. My suggestion is go to the DLR sets that I've solved. You'll get some understanding as to how to go about approaching the sum, putting the data down and trying to solve it. I scored 100 percentile 7 times in the DLR section of CAT, so I'm fairly comfortable. Last CAT, like in this CAT 2024, I was able to solve all questions, get all questions right. So there is an approach that if you follow it, you should be able to, crack the paper as such. So let's look at set that is there. So there's 6 web surfers and each had 30 stars. So they are given MNOP XY, but they're not given. It makes sense to put in proper data format again, though it is sort of a repetition of writing, but still it's important to try to write as less as possible, but also try to be as systematic as possible. So you have this and you have A, B, C, D, 4. Right. Now the number of stars received by the bloggers, each of them had 30, remember that. Now each of these have 30 stars. So total number of stars if you look at is 180 stars. 30 into 6 is 180 stars. The number of stars received by the bloggers from the surfers were multiples of 5. Okay. And number of stars received by A and B is given in the table out here. So we can copy it down since the multiple of 5. So M gave 10 stars to A, N gave 25 stars, O didn't give any stars, P gave 5 stars, X 0, Y 5. Same if you look at B, 0, 0, 0, and then suddenly you have 25, and then again 0 and 20. Right. So total number of stars received by each bloggers by the bloggers were the same. So if you look at A received 45 stars, same way B received 45 stars if you add. So all the 4, 45 into 4, 180. So each one received 45 stars as such. Right? So each one received 45 stars for sure. So we know 45, 45. Now each blogger received different number of stars from M. So from M is different. So I'm just putting it different out here. Analyze it later, but let's put different. 2 surfers gave all their stars to single blogger, which is only possible for O and for X, 30 stars each of them. So they must have given to single each of them. So I'm just putting it single. They must have given to different. One must have given to C, one must have given to D, but they're given to single. And D received more number of stars from C than Y. So D received more number of stars than C from Y. So Y is already given 25 stars. He has to give only 5 more stars, which he has to give to D, 5 and 0. Okay, he has to give 5 and 0 stars as such. Okay, now let's analyze. So O and X must have given 30 stars, 30 and 0, 0 and 30 stars. So that means C and D have to get 15 more stars each. Now let's look at M has to give different stars. So 20 stars, if he has to give different stars to each one of them, so C and D would get 5 and 15 stars. One will get 5, one will get 15 stars. Right? So difference of 10. N has to give 5 stars still. So the only way it is possible is that N gives 5 stars to D and 0 stars to C, and C gives 15 stars to C and 5 stars to D. Remember, O and X will anyway give 30 stars to one person. If O and X give 30 stars to one person, that means D and C have to get 15 more stars. Right? Now D has already got 5 stars from Y. Remember that D has already got 5 stars from Y. So he can't get 15 stars from M. And remember M distributes 5 and 15. So that means M has to give 15 stars to C and he'll give 5 stars to D. Automatically what is left for N is 5 stars which has to give to D, which is what you get. This has to be 0, 0 because P is already given 30 stars. Now for O and X we cannot find out. 1 is 30, 1 is 0, we cannot find out. Now coming to question, what is the total number of stars received by D? 45. This can be answered even without calculating anything. In the star itself they mentioned each one has given the same number of stars, each blogger. So 45, 45, A and B have got, so C and D also has to get 45. So you get 45. What is the number of stars received by D from Y? D from Y, if you look at 5 stars. So we have 5 out here. Say now. How many surfers distributed stars among exactly 2 bloggers? Exactly 2 bloggers. If you look at P gave it to 2 bloggers, 1. and N gave it to 2 bloggers, exactly 2 people. Rest all are given to either 1 or 3 as such, but NAP given to 2 bloggers exactly. So that means we have 2 as the answer. Which of the following can be determined with certainty? The number of stars received by C from M. Yes, you can make out 15. So first you can find out. The number of stars received by D from O, you can't find out. I mean, one of them is either 0 or 30, so you can't find out. So only one, which is first option. Right. So we get the answer. So putting the data properly and then interpreting it, you can solve this set quickly. The key is the way you represent data and the way you interpret it makes a lot of difference. Right. Thank you.